players and pimps and all you cool cats. It's episode 75, a long time, first time. See, what we do here is we talk about movies we've either never seen, that would be a first time, or movies we haven't seen in a long time, that would be a long time. And now new releases too, so I don't want to hear about your Mortal Kombat 2s and your
Devil Wear Prada 2s and all the other 2s that are
all your 2s.
Yeah.
28 days later, 5,000. But we're going to talk about other movies here tonight here. And we got a fun panel here. We'll actually a couple more faces as time rolls on because we've kind of played around with the time a bit here tonight. Pez is here, though. What's up, Pez?
Hey, no, thanks for having me back. You know me, I'm always watching a mix of old and new stuff, so I've always got things to talk about. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Another person that's been here before. We got the Chris Diaz in the house. Birthday week. What up, Chris?
I'm doing good. Happy to be back. Been a while, but I got some good first time. Two good first time watching. One not so good.
Always spoiling. Don't bury the lead. Don't say that. I don't want to because then I can figure it out mathematically. But hey, Tato's in the house. You know him. He's always here. What up, Tato?
Hey, not much. Running late. There were people spraying grass on the field behind my house that was grassless up until now. I guess that's how that goes. They just spray a sea of emerald and shit happens later, apparently. So had some delays in my scheduling, but I'm caught up now.
No, I totally get the delays. Yeah, as I told Pez and Chris off air, there will be a moment where I will disappear from the screen. We'll be back in a minute, so that will happen at some point here. There's always delays in the world. Why can't things work out perfectly? As always, we'll start off with one of the guests here. Paz, what did you see recently?
Yeah, so I'll go with something I saw for a past tournament fight. As far as ladder series, you know, we're always doing the ladder series over there, JPO. You're familiar with the, it helps to watch old stuff. But I saw 1983's The Big Chill. You've probably heard of it, but yeah, a movie that I think is kind of more famous for its soundtrack than actually people watching the movie, because I actually had the soundtrack growing up and I hadn't seen the actual movie. It's very much like an oldie soundtrack of 60s music, some Motown, things like that. But it's kind of a hangout movie. You know, the basic premise is like this group of friends gets together because one of their past friends passed away. They come together for the funeral and memorial service, and they all go to kind of hang out at this house after the fact. And then, you know, they're catching up on things, and there's some, you know, reminiscing about stuff, and then they go to some weird places with some of the plots. I don't want to like necessarily spoil one particular one, but the particular one involving Glenn Close and then her friend and what they end up doing with the husband is a little weird. An oddly horny movie, JPO. Like everybody in this movie seems like they just want to have sex with each other the whole time. There's not a lot of like sex stuff in it, but there is some. But it's just like it's got that vibe about it as they're all hanging out, like a orgy's gonna break out at any time or something like that. So kind of a weird tone as far as that goes. But still a rock solid cast here, as you can probably see from you know, the trailer scrolling by Tom Berenger, Glenn Close, Jeff Goldblum, William Hurt, Kevin Kline, Meg Tilly, Joe Beth Williams, like really solid cast of people here. Yeah, the movie does breeze by. It's not boring. I just didn't find like a lot of substance to the movie. Like as far as like, there's not a lot of plotting going on. I'm not big personally on like hangout movies, you know, your Dazed and Confuses, you know, stuff like that, where it's just kind of people kind of milling around, you know, just reminiscing about things. I like a little more, you know, plot moving forward and whatnot. But I still enjoyed the cast enough. I think the scripting, you know, the screenplay is fairly well done. And the soundtrack is a banger, you know, for what it is, with a lot of good oldies music. So I can mildly recommend it. I'll give it a 3 out of 5, like kind of right in the middle, but not bad. It was nominated for like Best Picture and stuff. I'm not sure I'm with that.
Yeah, I thought it was like I thought so.
Yeah, it was nominated for 3 Oscars: picture, supporting actress, and screenplay. Didn't win any of them, but still, yeah, I don't know if I'm with that. But you know, decent movie for what it is.
Chris, any thoughts or seeing The Big Chill?
I have not, but it's been one I kind of interested in based on stuff I've been hearing.
So this is kind of funny. I don't know if this has ever happened before. I've never seen this movie. I'm not talking about it tonight, but I am, Pez, going to talk about a different Lawrence Kasdan, Kevin Kline, William Hurt movie in a couple minutes. Okay. So that trio,
he worked with William Hurt a lot. Yeah, probably not the one you're talking about. But he
Yeah.
did Body Heat right before this, which was William Hurt's big breakout movie in '81 with him and Kathleen Turner, really like hot movie from '81. And
Another horny
William Hurt pops up in a lot of his movies. Like they kind of have.
Yeah, no, and no, I was looking up funny because again, I was literally looking up this guy's filmography the other day. He
Yeah.
who wrote some of the Star Wars.
Mhm.
Klein is also in like 4 or 5 of them. His last movie, he did a movie actually
Yeah.
only about a decade ago. That was again a Klein thing. So
Mhm.
yeah, that seems to be. It seems like those two evidently. So
Yeah.
that trio will be brought up again in
Okay.
a different way.
Fair enough.
Chris, would you see?
I am going to bring up. I thought with the shitty one. Listen, I love
We're
that.
killing the
I do.
review.
But the Lucky One is one of the most shittiest romance movies I've seen in
Come on.
many years. Like I do not understand the love for Nicholas Sparks like a lot of people do. Yeah, good one. We'll get to the next one, but this is shitty. Is a stalker who find a
course it's
photo
so much.
of the girlfriend soldier on the ground that bring him love that he decided to go find this girl. Lie to her, get a job at her, the animal training thing. The police boyfriend is a juice bag at all using a Nicholas Sparks movie, every shitty one. And this is awful. Like
We get it.
even
It's
his-
shitty. Calm down.
Even his least bad one, they have done good acting, like the job with Richard Jenkins, not to bring up, but that had like some good things. This is nothing good about it. The acting is stiff, the running is stiff. I feel bad for both actors, Taylor Schilling and the F1, because they did better, and I seen them better stuff. I just Nicholas Sparks is not for me, and it almost made me not want to be in a relationship if this type
Jesus
of
Christ.
relationship. The movies pretend to say it's good, and the way the ex-boyfriend go out is kind of stupid. It feels very laughable, more like Javale Midge way. Like, yeah, it one and a half stars. I give it a shot. Okay, that way I can't go by a full 0 star.
Well, I don't know. I was anticipating one with all the shittiness being thrown around there. Eric, ever seen The Lucky One with Zac Efron?
I have not, but I'm disappointed Chris doesn't like it more. He loves every movie on the legendary lovers brawl category. That's a known fact. That's-
Two I will bring up later that I think get better for my study.
Oh, we're hearing more of the same type of movie. I hope they are not shitty.
Not as much. He already ruined the future reviews, so they won't be as bad at the very least. Yeah, no, I mean, I think except for the exceptions to the rules, things like Notebook and a couple others here, I don't think there's a huge fan base outside of horny women. So I don't think Malcolm Martin very well reviewed. Although if Malcolm Lane was here, 4 stars, fun fact, but I've never seen it. Tato,
It's gonna be a no from me, dog.
fair. Pez, you're a lover.
Who has the time? No, I haven't watched this. I'm down for like I'm down for like a cheesy rom-com every now and then, but I don't watch these like Nicholas Sparks movies other than Notebook and Walk to Remember, just because my sister watched it a lot.
That's why studying for trivia sucks, because that's your fault, Chris. That's your fault. You did this to you. Eric, what'd you see this week?
Yeah, I left first time a couple weeks ago with the promise that I would watch Kicking and Screaming, starring Will Ferrell, and I did succeed after 2 weeks, but I did it. I did watch Kicking and Screaming, the soccer movie. I have to watch every soccer movie that's part of my culture. I'm supposed to watch them. This movie, it kind of reminds me of when people say Will Ferrell is annoying. I think this is the movie where they refer to. He's very annoying in this movie. He kind of starts like a decent guy. He's very down to earth at the beginning, kind of, but he's put down upon by his dad, played by Robert Duvall, who's actually pretty good. I did like Robert Duvall in this movie. And then it's kind of like watching later seasons of The Simpsons, where you already kind of like Homer, but he starts to act more like a jerk. And that's kind of Will Ferrell in this movie. He becomes too much of a jerk for me to have fun. Not in he's doing awful stuff. He's just like very annoying in the way he's a jerk. And I didn't enjoy it. Like around this time, I guess, still not a jerk. I don't remember. But the highlights, the kids are fine. The Robert Duvall is great. Mike Ditka is the standout. I never knew I would like Mike Ditka that much. He's very funny in this movie. But yeah, for like one of those sports comedies that are supposed to then they figure out how to be good players while still being good people. I didn't care that much for that either. There was a mention of Pele, so I was happy to hear that Pele was mentioned, the greatest 2 stars. 1 star for Robert Duvall, 1 star for Mike Ditka.
Yeah, I'm actually in agreement on this. Yeah, this is 2 stars for me, and it is one that I slept on as well for a while here. The trailers and reviews, I don't think really like made me jump to it. It felt like a more of a PG-ish Will Ferrell sports comedy, which usually I'll jump to things Will Ferrell does to a degree. But yeah, it's fine. I didn't egregiously hate it, but yeah, no, again, 2 stars. I don't have to recommend it either. Also, yeah, shout out to Mike Ditka, who I totally met and did not recognize. Like, why do I know you? And then I was like, oh, because I saw the Will Ferrell movie. And then took a weird candid photo, creepy style. But anywho, yeah, 2 stars. Tato?
Yeah, I think I was at 3.5 here. Just covered this one myself, but I mean, in the past, like the movie is pretty much gone. I remember Ditka, I remember Juicebox Guy, and like, pretty in and out.
Bez?
So oddly enough, I own this movie in a random family 4-pack that I had to look up on my app to see what, like, where I was like, I think I own this movie, and I've never sat down and watched that one out of the 4-pack. And I like the other 3: Kindergarten Cop, Problem Child, and Major Pain. Those are all solid, but yeah, I've never sat down and watched Kicking and Screaming. But we did have in our same title tournament. There was another movie called Kicking and Screaming for any ASAT.
Never heard of that.
There's another movie.
Yeah, 1995 is it Spade or no? Josh Hamilton, 95.
Yes.
Parker Posey, Baumbach film.
Yeah.
Diaz, ever seen this Kicking and Screaming though?
I'm not sure. I think I've seen it. I think I have not. I had to watch it to see if I remember watching it or not.
Okay, sweet. I'm going to take a quick sabbatical here, so we will jump to Tato here, but I will be back momentarily. But start us off with the name of the movie, so I can type that in.
We'll go Invictus here.
Hey.
Anyway.
And no trailer for Invictus. Go, Tato.
Okay, fuck it. Yeah. Well, I mean, fucking trailer. Shots of South Africa. It's not looking so great. Matt Damon playing rugby. Fucking Morgan Freeman is Nelson Mandela. You've seen pictures. It's no. This movie is good. Just by virtue of fucking having Morgan Freeman nail it as Nelson Mandela, and fucking Damon is a good actor. But I really wanted more from this one. Maybe I was just super hyped that it would be really good. We don't get enough time with the players and the team to give a shit about any of them, unfortunately. And I get that it's not like a straight up sports movie. That's not what they're doing 100%, but it kind of is half in the biopic, half in the sports realm, and it fails to really coalesce together for me. It's very good. Like I said, it's very good, the Morgan Freeman of it all, but like I only know 2 of the team's like teammates' names, and like there's only like so much backstory. Like I don't really care about why Damon's there or what. Like it just doesn't set up the sports side super well. Writing is a little not awesome. It's bolstered by good performances, but like all of the best lines in the movie are just straight up Nelson Mandela speeches. It's not stuff that was written for the movie. Also poking fun more than actual critiquing on this one. They do rip the shot directly from Remember the Titans after they win the big game, and fucking Hayden Panettiere and the Denzel Washington's daughter are like, hey, and then they're like, oh, we don't like each other quite yet. They do that with with his white security guard and his black security guard. It's just like, okay, I guess we're doing that now. Having fun. They do ole 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 in that though, which I always love. They get a Rocky run in there where the whole team's running around town with kids, which gets me every time. So that one works for me. For as down as I seem on the movie though, I am still gonna go 4 stars on it. It's a good movie. I think I ended up wanting more from both Damon and maybe Morgan Freeman a little bit. Pez, what you think?
Yeah, I saw it once in the theater. I have not seen it since then. But yeah, I remember having kind of the same issue as you, where I think the movie doesn't quite pick a lane. I would rather pick a lane. Like, let's either be about this rugby team and go full on with that, or be like a Nelson Mandela movie. And it made me just kind of coming out of it wanting it to just be a Nelson Mandela movie with Morgan Freeman playing Nelson Mandela. I'd rather just kind of see that movie and see like his political, rise and whatnot. And I didn't really need like the sports stuff because I don't really understand rugby anyways, and I think that would translate poorly for American audiences because it's not big over here. So I know it's big, in Europe and whatnot and other countries, but so I wasn't super invested. I remember, there being like good performances and good direction, but it left my brain about 2 weeks after I saw it. So I'd go like about 3, like kind of right in the middle.
What was your number real quick, Tato?
4.
All right. Diaz?
Yeah, I like Invicta. One of the last good Clint Eastwood movie before you go off the shit, and then he came back with Journey number 2, because everything after the Jersey Boys and then a bunch of
focus on Invictus. Focus on
it. But I like Invicta a lot. It's great performance from Morgan Freeman, great direction for Clint Eastwood. Really good performance acting. I kind of agree with your complaint. It kind of find a number like you see every sport movie, but Morgan Freeman done a phenomenal job in Nelson Mandela. Yeah, 4-star for me, bro.
What you thinking, Eric, about Invictus?
Yeah, I remember seeing Invictus like around maybe 10 years ago on cable. I remember enjoying it pretty well. I sometimes forget it's about rugby because of the whole Nelson Mandela thing. Morgan Freeman is pretty good in the movie. It's soccer adjacent rugby, kind of. I call bullshit on Pes's claim that Americans cannot relate to rugby because they don't watch it. I'm not an American and I have to relate to the other sports. So what the hell, man? I enjoy a football movie. No, it's all good. I remember liking it, but I don't remember a lot about it, so I'll probably give it like a 3.5 stars, but I should have to rewatch it. I do not promise to rewatch this one. It's not a fun project as watching a bad movie like Kickin' and Screaming is, which is weird.
My claim, Eric, is more about you guys have seen American football because how big it is. It's like I know how soccer works as well, but I feel like if you ask the average person here in America how many full rugby games have they watched on any of it, you can count it on one hand. I'm pretty convinced of that.
You don't know many Mexicans. Not many Mexicans have seen.
I said Americans, not Mexicans. So, like, I understand in Mexico, and I get it, or Latinos over here watching it. I just mean like your average, like, sports watcher over here doesn't watch rugby.
I also wasn't serious about it, so don't worry.
I had this at 3.5 myself here. I think everyone kind of nailed it to a large degree here. Good performances in here from the get-go here. I think Eastwood, does a good job here. But yeah, I don't know if it was one that obviously because it's only 3.5. They didn't really give me that great level that maybe I wanted. That one like really juicy, like absolutely next level moment here, but still good, worthy of a watch here. I think a good Damon flick here. My going to me real quick now. Checked off of Jim Carrey blind spot in The Majestic. I think I tried renting it when I was 11, fell asleep, never went back. Which I can see why. This is a very schmaltzy movie. Oh no, mute, don't talk. Very schmaltzy movie by Frank Darabont, who had came off of Green Mile and Shawshank, and then I think I only did like The Mist after this.
The Mist, that's it. Yeah.
More? Yeah. Which is weird because again, 2 of those are fantastic. This one's decent, and The Mist has its fans too. But and then to help Walking Dead. But anyway, so Jim Carrey plays a guy who gets into a car accident. Well, first he's a screenwriter who's about to be on the precipice of maybe his first big break, and then he gets outed as a potential communist. He's not, but just simply being labeled as a potential one is kind of career ending. So he gets into a car accident and he wakes up in this town that's been through a lot of heartache and tragedy, and they mistake him for Marlon Landau. You may know him as Sal Bandini, want to wrestle. They mistake him for Landau's son. There's a picture that looks just like him from his son went MIA in the war years before. And he also kind of starts to believe it as well. Jim Carrey doesn't remember who he is, so he's not lying to them necessarily. He truly also kind of buys into this town that kind of needs a little bit of hope, and he also needs a little bit of hope here. Good Jim Carrey performance as well. Again, a different level of Jim. This is not your super comedic Jim. And he also has a really great, if you like, a great like court case moment. The ending, I think, also he kind of delivers it too in a fun like hoorah court case speech of America and what it was supposed to be and what it's turning into, which sadly still kind of tracks to this day. Good moments with him and Landau as well. Felt the length a little bit as well. I remember pausing it to use the bathroom, being like, I got 5 minutes, and then saw the runtime was about another 35. So a little bit of a length, a little bit of a very schmaltzy on the nose. but I fell for it to a large decent degree here. So 3.5 again, one of those kind of like Invictus, kind of like I think definite recommendation, but not next level. But I'm glad I got to it here. I'm glad it's one of the last like. I think this and Dark Crimes from the last 30 years, the only things I haven't seen.
Oddly enough, I've seen Dark Crimes, one of the infamous 0% Rotten Tomato movies. I watched it for a ranker. Yeah.
I'm a completist to a degree, so it is something that I will get through as well. Another one I believe
I'll tell you what, I'll recommend it if you want to watch Jim Carrey watch surveillance footage for an hour and a half. Watch that movie. It's a lot of fun.
But I don't. All right, we'll go roundtable if you guys have seen it, and then if not, Pez can start his next review again. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm like JPO. I've tried to. Well, he finished it. I haven't. I've tried to watch this movie like 3 different times. I've fallen asleep every single time trying to watch this movie. It just kind of bores me. I think it's trying too hard to be Oscar bait, and I just don't think. I think it's Darabont's one misfire. I like his other 3 movies, so I go like 2 or 2.5. I've tried to get through it a number of times. Chris.
Yeah, this is one of my biggest Jim Carrey blind spots. I'm not talking about to seeing this. Yeah.
Eric.
Yeah, a big Jim Carrey blind spot for me, and also blind spot in the Frank Darabont sense. I also like his other works better, and not better. I've seen them, so I know I like them, and the ones he wrote as well, even The Fly 2, which is fine.
Yeah.
So,
I know I've picked, speaking of Eric, I picked Frank Darabont written for Why We Love Horror because he wrote like Dream Warriors and, a couple of other things in there. Yeah, I think we did.
We played that match.
Yeah. It's a good strength. I like that one because he wrote the Blob remake as well, which I love. So I guess it's on me, right, Tato? So I'll just jump into it. I saw a weird kind of big blind spot for me, comedy wise, from the 2000s. Went to the theater, Regal doing some classic comedies. I saw Miss Congeniality for the first time. I never actually sat down and watched Miss Congeniality. It's a pretty entertaining, fun little movie here because I like Sandra Bullock. I've just got a few of her kind of rom-com-y stuff from like the late 90s, early 2000s that I just have blind spots for that I've never sat down and checked out. But I've always enjoyed, her presence on screen. She's very funny. She does have the comedic timing done well. And it's a decent little premise for a movie. I'm sure most of you know, she's, an FBI agent. She's going undercover at a beauty pageant, doing her thing, but she does not feel like she has the chops for a beauty pageant, even though she's Sandra Bullock. It's one of those kind of semi-unbelievable premises where it's like, no, you're Sandra Bullock. Like you're really good looking. Like this is not like a super transformation. It's kind of like the she's all that syndrome of Rachel Lee Cook sort of a thing. But but what makes the movie is her chemistry with everybody, especially her and Michael Caine. I think have the best scenes back and forth as her beauty advisor and whatnot. He's a lot of fun. William Shatner is a lot of fun as the announcer. It's not one I think I'm going to go back to like over and over again like some people do. But I could totally see why it's one of those comfort movies for a lot of people and one that they can just put on repeatedly and quote and whatnot. And I did enjoy it overall. So I'll give it like a strong 3.5. Like it's a strong 3.5, for Miss Congeniality. So yeah.
Christy.
Yeah, I like Miss Congeniality a lot. I've seen it a few times growing up. Pez, do not watch the sequel. The sequel is awful.
That's what I've heard, that it's a giant step down from the first one. Yes.
But it's fun. Michael Caine is very fun in the movie. Everybody else doing good performance. Real Cat is very funny. I go 3.5. Like it's something I haven't seen in a while, but I do remember like it a lot.
Eric?
Yeah. I only seen this the one time. I also had to make it like it was like a blind spot before a couple years ago, and then I did expect it to enjoy it more. I gave it 3 stars for what I remember. I remember being very annoyed at everything around her. Although Sandra Bullock is great, Michael Caine is great. I really like the main girl who is like also kind of winning the contest. Right. She's very funny. She has the April 25th quote, which I always like on an April 25th.
The like Midwestern girl, like the one from like Nebraska or something like that, or Kansas.
That girl.
Rhode Island. Sorry, it's not Midwestern, Rhode Island, but yeah.
I remember hating Benjamin Bratt in this movie, and I shouldn't hate Benjamin Bratt, which is weird. I don't know. I think she's mistreated a lot. I maybe I didn't enjoy it as much as I expected it. 3 stars for me.
It's reuniting of Demolition Man, you know. So they took a little of that, and 7 years later,
Use those seashells and
yeah.
No, I mean this is one that I kind of grew up on this a little bit. I remember even having this on VHS. Because this is a fun watch here, so I've gone back to it. Not in a long time, but when I had it on VHS, we watch it occasionally here and there. I actually have not seen the sequel. Yeah, I know I don't even think this Kane Return. I feel like it's not even fully the same cast. A couple do, but I'd heard such things that I actually never even got to that. Funny enough. But yeah, 3.5 as well here. I think the laughs work out enough, and there's enough intrigue. So what's going on. Kane's really funny. So yeah, 3.5. Chris, what else you see?
From what I can tell, by the way, Kane is not in the sequel, but Nick Offerman is back in 2004. That's weird.
Okay.
2005. So.
Yeah, I just saw him in an interview. Yeah, he was trying for a while to get work.
Treat Williams, Dietrich Bader, not a bad little cast. It's like side cast, Ernie Hudson, not bad.
I remember seeing this as a kid, probably shortly after it hit VHS. I don't recall it well enough to give it a rating, though, but I definitely remember bits and pieces. I think the main flaw is that Benjamin Bratt doesn't play basketball. That's what you really need to make it.
That's what you need, baby.
Yeah.
Lots of cuts.
Talking about Catwoman?
That we're missing for Coco.
And Doctor Strange. And...
it's really missing
Law
some direction from Petoff, I think that's really what it's missing. Yeah. That's the director of Catwoman, if you didn't know. Petoff.
Yeah, just Petoff.
Yeah. Petoff.
I watched Stuck Mental Hilariosity again recently.
Yeah.
Back when he actually critiqued movies.
Chris, he did reviews? Yeah, and he was actually a critic? Yeah, that's something. Wonderful every day.
So, I guess it's my turn now. So we go from shitty Nicholas Spark movie to a goodish movie. I watched The Notebook for the first time.
Just good. Good is not a word.
It's good. It really good. It kind of cliche Nicholas Spark, but there's a lot I do like about the movie. I really like Ryan Gosling and Rachel McAdams chemistry together. I feel bad for James Marsden in the movie. I think one of my only critique, the middle half, it go on for way too long with them being separated. And James Marsden not really much of a bad guy. I actually like him with Rachel McAdams movie. I felt really bad for him.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the bad part of the movie for me, and it kind of a movie that also kind of hit hard because everything what happened with my dad, is the James Garner and Gina Rowland stuff. I think, him trying to get her to remember the love story together, really beautiful, everything in the retirement home. It's touching. The thing with the kid, saying, come home. When you haven't been home, right? No, I want to be here with her because I love her. I want her to remember. It's really touching moment. And the ending is beautiful. The middle half of my issue, but I love the beginning and I love the ending. So, 4 stars. Just for kind of about as good as a lot of people have been telling me to check out. And just one of the bad Nicholas Spark movie that I really enjoy. The only one other one I actually enjoy, but I won't mention it.
All right, Eric, thoughts on Notebook?
Yeah, similar to Miss Congeniality, I expect to like this one more, but I didn't. I also have it as 3 stars. I think the old people stuff is pretty good. James Marsden, once again, playing a cock. I'm sorry, James Marsden. He's pretty solid. And Rachel McAdams and Ryan Gosling are very annoying together, but they have good chemistry, but they're very annoying in this movie. I should rewatch it, though. But yeah, 3 stars so far.
No, you said 3?
Yeah, 3.
I give this movie a 4 stars. I think the moments that work really freaking work and really send it home here. I think there's chemistry between Gosling and McAdams. I like the fact that Marsden is not inherently a bad guy. This is not that movie where it's just like, come on, he's a douchebag. Just fucking go with the nicer guy. I like the fact that it's just about 2 people that are just so drawn to each other and love each other, and they find a way. I like the fact that it's not cliched like that. I think the part that even drives it more home for me is the Garner Gina stuff at the home, the semi twist, if you will, of realizing who he really is, and their final moments together. Fuck you if you don't have if that doesn't feel you a little bit here. 4 stars. Tato, do you have a heart?
I do not. What I did have was a delightful running gag with my mom for years, where I just said this was my favorite movie, and then like a decade later, I told her I've never seen it. So, those are the kind of bits I like.
I love it.
You're not supposed to fix that. Yeah. You never should watch this movie.
Bubez, how about Thoughts on Notebook?
I actually reviewed it here on Long Time First Time. I think about
Okay,
6 months ago, JPO. Yeah, because I had also been a blind spot for a long time, and I'm in the 4-star camp, JPO. Yeah, I enjoyed it way more than I thought I would. Yeah, it's very sweet when it is, and I also am in the camp of James Marsden does not deserve the treatment that he gets in that movie. You're right. You keep waiting for the turn where he turns into like an asshole or an abuser or something, and it just never happens. He's just like a good dude who like loves her genuinely. And then, like, he just gets screwed over because she wants to go back to Gosling. And I was like, what about that guy? So, but yeah, I do like the movie. 4 stars.
Brandon, thoughts on The Notebook?
6 stars. Amazing movie. Ryan Gosling is a hunk. Rachel McAdams is the love of my life.
For real, though, what's your rating?
4.
Okay, Eric, what you got?
Yeah, I saw Kicking and Screaming.
That's it.
Anything else? Oh, wait, did you watch the other King and Screaming?
Yeah, I saw Kicking and Screaming, spelled out, not ampersand. I did rewatch it again because I figured if I had just seen the 2005 one, I might as well rewatch the 95 one. So I did watch the Josh Hamilton starring, Noah Baumbach directed Kicking and Screaming. Yeah,
I've done that before where you double up. I've done that for this show. It's the best.
So yeah, I had seen this movie after watching Marriage Story because I love Marriage Story. So I figured, let's watch the first movie he ever did. It was on Netflix. I might as well watch it. And this rewatch, it kind of went down like a half star. I now have it as a 3-star movie because it's a very amateur director first movie kind of movie. It's a very of its time 90s. It's a hangout movie, which Pez doesn't like. I'm more partial to hangout movies if the dialogue is like really solid, if the cast is good. And most of the cast is really good in this one. I like the friendship of the main guys. There's this one guy, his nickname is Skippy. Is that guy who talks like he's really smart, but he says something really dumb shit. And I always appreciated that. I like the guy on the right. He's the teacher in Malcolm in the Middle. So when I saw him in this movie, I was like, holy shit, that guy. And he's really good in this one. Josh Hamilton is pretty solid as well. His romance with Olivia Dabo's character. It's kind of like the subplot of the movie. You see the flashbacks of the relationship. And I think once we get to the end of that, it's pretty solid. But like the first like 20 to 30 minutes is kind of a short to get through because it's really like pretentious kind of dialogue. They are writing or kind of philosophy students, so it makes sense to me. And I was also a pretentious kid growing up, so I don't mind it as much, but I wouldn't recommend it to everybody. But I did have a decent time this time around once it got going. 3 stars. It could have been 3.5 maybe.
Brendan, have you ever seen this King and Screaming?
No, but I've seen Kicking and Screaming. And I know the young Will Ferrell in that too.
No. We're past that movie. We can't talk about that anymore. You gotta be on time. We want to talk about that movie. Yeah, no, this is a blind spot for me. I think I literally only know of its existence from like being a nerd and searching King and Screaming, being like, there's 2 of them. Tato.
Yeah, I have not seen this one.
I haven't seen either.
Chris,
I have not seen it.
Brandon, what'd you watch this week? Or recently? Whatever. What have you seen?
Well, this baby just shit her pants, so I'll make this quick. Let's talk about John Wick Chapter 4. Because last time I had this baby on, I was about to talk about that, and I can finally talk about John Wick Chapter 4. This movie kicks fucking ass. Yeah, I just saw it. I think what happened was like my family went to go see it in theaters because I saw all of them in theaters, and I think I just kind of couldn't go. And then I was like bummed out for not seeing it in the movie theater and just like put it off for too long. And I finally had 3 hours. Yeah, this movie is fucking awesome. Maybe my favorite of them. I need to go back and rewatch them all because they do kind of blend together a bit. But the set pieces in this, Donnie Yen, I just love Donnie Yen more than the second. I love this thing right here, like pooping right there, and then I love Donnie Yen. Those are like my top 2 things in the world that I love. He is such a great addition to the team, in addition to the franchise. So I loved watching him. It was just relentless, but never felt like I was like, oh my god, this movie was 3 hours. It's gonna feel so long because I know 3 had some dragging moments, but it just went from set piece to set piece to set piece. Everything was just so like methodically planned out. All like the amazing locations that they do it on. Each fight scene has its own little like gimmick, if you want to call it that, where there's like, this is the one with the dog, this is the one in the dark, this is the one, and each one just kept it just like was so fresh and just amazing to see that you don't see stuff like this in modern action movies. I think it's just a modern action movie masterpiece, and a great like crescendo to this franchise. I love this movie. 5 stars.
Yeah, no, I mean, a really fitting close to the chapter here. If it is, who knows? Again, I'm the kind of person that I kind of hope it is a closure, just because. And While You're Hot, all 4 movies are great. I think I'm still at 4 stars. I do feel the length a little bit here. I do think there's some things they could have done to make it just that much of a tighter final ending, but it still very much works as a whole. Absolutely here. Tato, thoughts on John Wick 4?
No, but I did watch a reaction to Shanghai Nights today, so Donnie Yen's pretty dope.
I'll never understand you as a movie watcher. Pez, what'd you see? Or thoughts on this movie?
Oh no, it's I'll keep it short and sweet, but it's one of the greatest action movies ever made. Period. It's epic in every sense. It's a 5-star banger. And Brandon, you are getting the Kane spinoff. They are filming it right now, so you
Yes.
It's
Oh my
called
god!
Kane. Yeah,
That's the best news I've ever heard.
They started
I know
principal
that.
photography. Donnie Yen is
Or then
directing.
your wife saying I'm pregnant. It's that
Donnie Yen
No.
is directing.
We got another Donnie Yen baby.
Oh yeah, he's directing it and it's in production, so you're getting it probably next year.
I'm so excited.
Oh yeah, great stuff.
Sure it is.
Yeah, I love John Wick. John Wick for Chapter 4. This is my favorite John Wick movie of all. Actually, it had some of the best action sequence. It had some of the best side character. I like the nobody character a lot with his dog. I really love Donnie Yen in this. Great villain. One of the most satisfying villain deaths of 2023. Watching that with audience on opening day was like the fuck yeah we got for that audience. It was great. And it's just a fun movie. I would personally rather just read the ending to John Wick character. I'm not sure how they feel and how did they do it in John Wick 5. That actually do happen. But it's the ending of a perfect way to end his character, and great ending and great, and I look forward to see what other spin-offs
End this
come out.
review.
I've been loving all of them. I look forward to the spin-off, and yeah, 5 stars for me.
Eric.
Yeah, 4.5 stars for me. This movie's great. No mention of Bill Skarsgård. I'm disappointed. He's great in this movie. He's just such a despicable asshole. I love
he
him.
was a great villain in the movie. I just forgot the actor.
Sorry, I didn't catch that. I'm very sorry about that. I would like to see
Chris,
a bit
here's
more
over
if it's
again. He
in
missed
hell. Only if it's in hell, he's traveling the 7 circles. I will be fine with it. If not, keep it like this.
Oh, that'd be cool too.
Yeah.
Killing demons and
score?
shit.
Eric.
Yeah, 4.5.
Right on. As previously mentioned, while Brandon picks up some poo, the Kevin Kline, William Hurt, Lawrence Kasdan movie I saw was I Love You to Death. Is the one I saw here. Kevin Kline is unfaithful to his wife, and Tracy Ullman, who's in the last couple of seasons of the Curb Your Enthusiasm show. Also, maybe the reason we all know who the Simpsons are. Also, interestingly enough, and even funny intro too. Where he explains to his priest how much. Somebody talking? How's that? Oh, okay, I got it. Or he explains to his priest, he's like, "Yes, I've been unfaithful to my wife 3 times. Well, I mean, 3 ladies at times, maybe more. So good opening by Kevin Kline. He's funny. He does kind of an accent that kind of works and doesn't at the same time throughout the film. A bit of a tonal issues in this one, I thought. Kind of remind me of like a bad Tyler Perry movie in the sense of it's very wacky over the top with accents and stuff. And then all of a sudden, when Tracy Ullman finds out he's cheating on her which again is a very sad moment. But they played with like Godfather music and like an extreme close up, and she looks so like out of it, and like so. And that kind of continues to be a bit of a problem here. Besides Stand By Me and his quick appearances in Indy, this is the only other River Phoenix movie I've seen, so I might have to go see more of his stuff. He plays a co-worker of theirs who's, very much respects Tracy Ullman. So when she says, I want my husband dead, that's kind of the main plot of the movie here. He kind of reluctantly gets dragged into it here. That's also where William Hurt and a Keanu Reeves, as you can see from this, who has a great haircut. He's missing just like a chunk of the side of his hair the entire time. They're again also very over the top, but to me in a funny way. They're characters that I could see. The problem with their characters, I don't think they necessarily fit the rest of the movies to a degree, but they're very fun in their own right. So what kind of again a bit of a mixed bag in that regard, because they might be the most fun I had with this movie was these two popping up. I didn't even watch a spinoff, although obviously that's too late now. And then the other thing too is Kevin Kline. She gives him like sleeping pills. You see, he's in this bed. He's in the bed for the last 40 minutes. So you kind of taking out one of the major characters that you kind of want to see do more. So there's enough moments here, enough side characters where I do give it kind of like what Pez was saying with Big Chill. It's 3 stars, as decently made and some good acting and stuff. But again, not nothing that I'd rush back to anytime soon. But enough for the one watch. Tato, ever seen I Love You to Death? That's how he sounds. You'll also want to eat some pizza watching this. Their pizza look great.
Nice. I have not.
Pez.
I think Lawrence Kasdan is the king of the 3-star directed movies. I think he's better as a writer. So I was wondering if you were going to bring up Silverado, because Kevin Kline is also in Silverado.
Yeah. He's in like 5 of them. He's in French Kiss.
Yeah, I was trying to remember if William Hurt was in Silverado, but anyways, no, I haven't seen
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Chris, ever seen I Love You to Death?
I have not. It's been Lawrence Kasdan movie, I think, but not.
No, I still believe in my conspiracy theory that JPO watches movies nobody has seen, so that we keep the show short.
By the way, this movie's free on the Roku channel. Did you watch it on the Roku channel, JPO?
So I did a free trial of Howdy, which is the Roku channel without ads.
Oh,
So technically, yes.
Yes, okay. All right, fair enough.
Yeah, it's $3, but they gave it to me for the week, so I was like, all right, whatever. What's on Howdy?
Sure.
These are one of them.
That's not a real service. That's not going to last more than a week.
No, it's the Roku channel is a little extra, and there's no ads. That's why it's so cheap. It's $3. There's not a lot on there. Nothing new released, really.
Why don't they just call it Roku Plus?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not better than Howdy. Brandon, ever seen this movie?
No, but luckily for you, Pez just told me that there is a spin-off coming of the William Hurt and Keanu Reeves characters, directed by Donnie Yen, that just finished Principal Photography. So
yes, yeah.
Well, that's gonna be really awkward considering
William Hurt, he's dead. Yeah, since he's dead.
It finished Principal Photography. You didn't hear what I said?
You never know, because if you look up River Phoenix's filmography on Letterboxd, there is a movie from like 2012 or something that like they didn't really
he's
finish.
in it too.
Sat there, and then like they finally like kind of got the money to kind of like finish editing and shooting it. So there is technically a River Phoenix movie like 20 years after he passed. Like there's weird shit that happens.
He's in it also.
River Phoenix is the new Tupac.
River Phoenix. I remember in this movie he was talking about Xbox. That was weird. Tato, what else have you seen?
I'm not alive. So I've been digging out the the weird little obscure 90s indie flicks. Found one. It's this Vin Diesel war flick. And then halfway through it, Vin Diesel dies. Turns out it's actually about Matt Damon. Same director as Jurassic Park, incidentally. Saving Private Ryan is a pretty fantastic film, I must say. Obviously, not that it's nothing that has been said before. Really, yeah. I mean, they put like Spielberg is a fucking masterwork of a director. It's again just so fucking real. The shaky cam like actually enhances. It doesn't feel like shaky cam just to be fucking a shaky cam douchebag. Like it's there. It feels real. It's well done. Just randomly getting into there's a delightful early spot where he's putting the band together and fucking he's talking to his assistant. He's like, "Give me Diesel." And he's like, "Diesel's dead, sir." But then it pans over to Vin and he's fine. And I'm like, "Nah, Diesel's right there. It's cool, guys." But no, really, really good shit. The Vin Diesel like is really good when he saves a little. Like, spoiler alert! Anyone else not seen this? Vin Diesel saving the little girl is charming as hell. It fucking sucks that how he goes out. I really love all of the performances. It's fucking who's who. Everyone else can say all the names that they love in it. But Matt and Tom are in particularly pretty fucking good. Let's see. Definitely knew this was a 5-star movie. I was waiting for it to hit, though. For me, the moment where it went from 4.5 to 5 was I'm a school teacher. Just like the way that breaks the fucking tension of that moment. Like, it's such an unexpected beat. It hits perfectly. It is just like the whole movie, like, keeps you at peak fever, and then it gives you a little levity and punches you. Like, just really well paced. Blue. Matt telling the story about his brothers when he finally gets to talk to Tom Hanks about it is really cool to see, because for me, it reflects what he got from Robin in Good Will Hunting. Like when Robin's telling the story about his wife and how he had all those moments and like how she farted and like that laughter. And it's really cool to see Matt like give that back to Tom Hanks in this scene. It's just a really cool reflection of young Matt Damon's chops as an actor. Is really fucking good. What I will and then also there's that beat a little later in that same conversation where Matt's like, oh, tell me about your wife and the rose bushes, and Tom Hanks is all like, no, that one I keep for me. I think that's a really cool homage they paid off later in Endgame, fucking with fucking no, I don't think I will, with old Cap to Sam. So that was one thing I never knew. What I will say, though, my favorite fucking my favorite character in this, my favorite performance goes to Adam Goldberg for sure. I'm fucking it up the line, I think, but like they're fucking obviously they're in the middle of war. They got the German guy on the PA, like fucking the Statue of Liberty's kaput, and he's like, my rabbi fucked your Führer, fucking. And then they've got the line of POWs, and he's just waving the fucking Star of David in their face. Yeah, Juden. like, yeah. I fucking love the shit out of the Adam Goldberg character in that movie. It's fucking dope and shit. Anyway, 5 fucking stars, obviously. There's a million more great things to say about this thing. Flick, have at it.
Best. I was on Saving Ryan's Privates.
I think the opening 20 minutes is like 5 stars. I think the D-Day invasion is incredible. And I think the rest of the movie is like a 4.5. I don't think it quite gets to the peak of like that opening 20 minutes. I like a good war movie. I'm a dad movie fan. So, it's definitely a 90s dad movie. And the only reason it doesn't quite get to 5 for me, it has a Giovanni Ribisi problem. So 4.5.
So I got confused. They gave me like a sandwich and a half. What the fuck is this? Chris.
It's a little hard to talk about because it's one of my dad's favorite movies all the time. But I love this movie. It's a 5-star for me as well. It's one of my favorite Spielberg movies. I'm not one of those people that think that the opening, the best thing about it, then it goes downhill for you. I think it's just great. The I'm the school teacher moment is, to me, the standout scene in the movie, and really it's one of Tom Hanks' best acting moment in the movie. And the ending hit, and the cast is fantastic. Shout out to Nathan Fillion, Paul Giamatti, great when he pop up. Everybody killing it. This is one of the best war movies of all time. Shout out to my dad, he showed it to me.
What was your final rating?
5.
Okay. I didn't ask you, Tatum. Eric?
Yeah, I need to rewatch this one again. I'm obviously it's a really good movie and all that. I have it as 4 stars, and I don't remember why. There must have been something that didn't click for me first watch. But I should watch it. It's been out like 8 years mostly. But pretty good movie.
No, this is a 5er for me as well, man. I think Tato and Pez set it up. From the openings thing, but then Tato set it up perfectly of all the other beats that happened throughout it here that I think really hit home. They do a good job of giving, Davies, Goldberg, Diesel, all kind of just enough of an arc, enough of a real moment in it too. You know what I mean? It's not a war movie where you're left, I love Black Hawk Down, but there's plenty of people where I'm like, who was that just fucking died? What do we know about him? Oh, he's a dude? Cool. Like, I think this movie does a really good job of also kind of like letting you know who these people are. And leave Giovanni alone. He tried in this too. 5.
He's better behind the camera. Strange darling.
Pez, what you got as your last
All right,
one?
yeah, I'll drop this one, and then I'm gonna have to jet out and get to Will movies.
Yeah, I was
but,
saying, I don't have time.
no, it's all good. But yeah, my favorite first time watch the last 2 or 3 weeks, and a really hidden gem that I had on my Fandango, sitting there for a while. I forgot I bought, and I finally put it on. A movie called The Hidden from 1987. And it's a science fiction cop action movie with some horror elements. It's kind of hard to describe, but I'll sell it with this. It is a cop movie where they're investigating a series of bizarre crimes, and it's Kyle MacLachlan and Michael Nuri, and they kind of team up. One's a government agent, or at least he might be, and then a local detective, where they're investigating where these random people are all of a sudden committing these heinous crimes kind of out of nowhere. And I will have to kind of spoil a little bit of the premise to sell you on it, but there are other twists and turns in the movie that I won't reveal. But there is an alien parasite that is jumping from body to body and making people just do the craziest things and play out their desires, but to a dangerous degree, to where if this alien sees like a fast car, it's just got to have the fast car no matter what. If it sees some kind of beautiful woman, it has to have the beautiful woman no matter what. And yeah, it leads to a series of car chases and shootouts and really kind of very explicit violence. There's a lot of shootouts and kind of bloody gunfights and things like that. But a movie that kind of keeps you guessing and was so shockingly engaging for what it was. It's directed by Jack Shoulder, who's kind of a horror director. He directed Nightmare on Elm Street 2 and Wishmaster 2, a couple of okay horror movies. But this is truly the hidden gem, I think. It's a New Line movie, so you get a little bit of Lin Shaye in there because it's a New Line movie, popping up a little bit at the end. But yeah, one of my most surprising watches. I think this movie just kind of rips. From the opening scene, there's an opening bank robbery and a police chase that just catches you off guard with how good it is, and you're just wow, where has this movie been all my life? And for anybody who knows horror, and Eric might be the only one who gets this reference, I think Jason Goes to Hell rips off this premise almost shockingly close, because there's literally a sequence, Eric, where he's on top of another guy and a black parasite thing comes out of his mouth, a practical thing, and goes into the other guy's mouth, which is almost right out of Jason Goes to Hell. So I wonder if the dude who made Jason Goes to Hell saw The Hidden and was nobody watched this movie, I'll rip it off and just completely do this exact thing with Jason. I'm kind of wondering if that dude should sue. Jack Shoulder should sue the Jason Goes to Hell people for copyright infringement. But some good kind of horror elements mixed in there, some good practical effects, and great, really fucking fun movie. So it's a strong 4.5. My favorite first time watch of the last couple of weeks. Really nice hidden gem if you guys get a chance to see it.
That's why you wanted me to rank Kyle MacLachlan movies.
There you go. The Kyle MacLachlan was on my brain because he was in this one. Yeah. So I was just throw him out there. Why not? Yeah.
All right. I think speaking of clean sweeps, Chris.
Nobody's probably seen this movie except me,
Eric?
so that's fine.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I did hear about it. It's very likely that the Jason Goes to Hell guy actually ripped it up, because if you see the movie, he's very much a big horror fan, so it's very likely that he did. Yeah,
he probably did. There's literally sequences in this movie where you're gonna be that's exactly like the Jason Goes to Hell transfer sequence. It's the same thing, dude. He ripped it
if
off.
One of those parasites goes through the vagina of another character, then he definitely did that. It's a Jason Goes to Hell reference.
Yeah, right.
Sure it is, Eric. Sure it is.
Yeah, that's a blind spot for me. Choosing the Line. I don't think I've even heard of this one yet, actually. Tato?
Yeah, I fucking love The Hidden.
Sweet. 10 stars. Pez, any plugs before you go?
Yeah, no, you can mostly just find me over on the Movie Hero Network. I'll be hitting a little wheel of movies with Richie here in a minute. I'm talking Bloodsport in honor of Donald Gibb. So you can join us for that if you like. And then, I'll be rejoined with JPO in just a little while, about an hour and a half or so, for a little Lonely Marks Wrestling podcast. We'll get caught up on all the wrestling happenings around the world. So you can join us over there, man. But thanks for having me. Appreciate it. As always, JPO, I'll see you in a little bit.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
Absolutely. See you soon.
How's it going?
We'll jump over to Chris. What'd you see else recently?
Yeah, so I finally get to the one I actually would surprisingly love both during my study of Legend and Love It. I found it abide the Steve Martin version, not the remake many years later, the original Steve Martin one. Yeah, I loved it. This is a film I would never go in because I hear a lot of people praise about this, and sometimes hype kind of get ruined for me. But for me, film that hit me hard a little bit. Once again, my dad, the way hit my mom and his relationship, the way he treat me and my sister like lovingly and everything, and my brother. And I thought it was a brilliant portrayal of parent, kind of nervousness about the daughter getting married, the father disapproving everything. I thought really hit. The movie was working for me, and then when it finally hit, and it almost made me want to jump off the fight top I had fun half. It marched short at beating wall. That whole scene, it's so freaking funny. It's been a long time since I laughed that hard watching a movie. Like when they go to the shop and everything, and Martin Short's fantastic. Same with beating wall. I think the two they would do more comedy together because they both play off each other so well in that scene. And then when they pop up later to the radio at the end, they get funny and funny. Yeah, it's 1.5 star, but I think we will go up to 5. But this was one of the pleasant surprise for Legendary Love It. And never check out the sequel. Now, a little bit short, this is at a 3.4 on Letterboxd. It would be higher, but still a great movie.
Eric?
Yeah, this was a blind spot for me until about 2 months ago. I had probably seen bits and pieces on TV, but I finally sit down and watch it like in March. And yeah, I like it a lot. Diane Keaton, who recently passed away, she's obviously fantastic. Steve Martin can be hit or miss for me, but this movie does a really good job into introducing, making you care about him at the very beginning when this is the best use they have about the narration of this movie, when he's describing his relationship with his daughter. And so you can buy more into when he starts to doing some crazy shit, when he starts to go kind of crazy about it, because it's very stressful for him. And it's very sweet at the end. He kind of very, very bittersweet. He misses the most of the wedding, trying to fix stuff the whole movie, and then she doesn't get to spend most of the wedding with her. But the final phone call is oh, that's really sweet. 4 stars. Would recommend a rewatch. Probably will grow up on me more.
Yeah, I'm at it even 4 stars for me as well. I know I've seen it a couple times growing up, and I did actually my rewatch not super duper long ago myself here, because Steve Martin's one of those guys that I've been I don't know if I've slept on it, but there's a lot of things that I think I haven't seen of his that I think I might really like. So I've done a little bit more Steve Martin deep dive over the last few years. I think, it mostly works here from the humor to the heart, and it's a really decent film. Yeah, definitely worth checking out if you haven't for whatever reason. Love me some Martin Short too. Give me any Steve Martin and Martin Short in every movie ever. 4 stars. Tato?
Yeah, that's a combo that always works for me. This one I have bits and pieces of from a kid, but I have to go back on it.
All right, Eric, what you got?
Yeah, I finally did it, guys. I couldn't call myself a wrestling fan until I watched Wanna Wrestle, Sal Bandini. I finally watched Ready to Rumble.
Double Martin Landau night.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when I saw Martin Landau in the trailer. Oh shit, Martin Landau again. Yeah, this is the movie that I think American wrestling fans what I think about Nacho Libre is what American wrestling fans think about the Ready to Rumble, probably. If I had grown up during this time, this would be very nostalgic for me. I didn't, so I just have to relate to it afterwards. I'm a very big David Arquette apologist. I think he's very fun in this one. He's playing a bit too dumb for me, but close enough. Diamond Dallas Page, for as much of a likable person he is, he plays a very decent heel. Joe Pantoliano is also really fun as I might compare it to Don Callis. That's the vibe he gave me.
Yeah.
I also didn't buy specifically him as a wrestler, but he's a really decent promo, so I can buy that people like him. Like if you see him as a kind of a wrestling legend past his prime, I think it works. He finally convinced me when he's getting there. I wish it had more Sal Bandini. I thought he was really funny. He was my favorite part, and he's just there for a couple minutes, then he gets beat up by Sid, and I forgot who the other wrestler was besides Sid. That Sid is that bastard. Sid hit him with the chair. Oh, yeah, it was Saturn. That's right. Yeah, they do mention it. It was very weird to me to see Rose McGowan flirting with David Arquette. That's incest. I don't like it. after watching Scream. So that's not
Oh,
their
yeah,
fault.
ew, don't make that scene weird for me now. I never thought about that.
Yeah, she's supposed to be an asshole anyway. So it's kind of weird how that part ends. But anyways, like, yeah, she's supposed to be an asshole working for Joe Pantoliano. I wish it didn't have as many poop and fart jokes. That isn't really my thing, but I can like it kind of doesn't work for me in that end. Some of the humor is kind of cringe for me. As a wrestling fan, have some really good stuff, but other stuff like that's not the way it works. I hate when I watch a wrestling movie and I know that's not the way it works, but that's very common thing. And also, I appreciated how it went into some of the reasons people like wrestling, which I appreciated, but it's halfway there into wrestling fans are doofus, but also wrestling fans do deserve to be treated with respect. I guess it's kind of halfway there. I know the kid is a big fan, so I don't know how much of it went. I ended up in a 2.5, which is kind of not what I expected, but I didn't hate it. I've seen people hating it. I don't see any reason to hate the movie. The movie's fine. To me, but fine.
Yeah, 2.5, Eric.
Yeah.
You're so cruel. This movie is easily a 3-star movie. Yeah, no, you would think I'm almost on paper, and I've also been in trivia leagues where I force other people to watch this, that I would love this. But I do think, to a degree, Eric has it kind of nailed on the head here. There are some great moments and a mixed moments actually, rather, because even like the opening sequence, they started off with his finger in his butt to get a free drink, because it smells like ass. All right, whatever. But then it leads in a great like fantasy sequence of him fighting Macho Man in the grocery store. I love that. I love the fact that they're diehard wrestling fans, even though their parents want them to do something else. That kind of tracks us for me as well. Great stuff of you get a drunk Mean Gene. Is fun. So Sting, just wanting him to punch you. I would totally see for him punch me. So there's some great moments as well. And there's also lots of there's even a gag reel at the end. I think it was showing you how many times Oliver Platt gets kicked in the dick. So like it's a mixed bag, unfortunately, in that sense here. I think you tweak it, just make him just a little less dumb, a little less farty, and I think this is like a 4 or 4.5, but it's still definitely a 3. This is still a movie that I have gone back to multiple times, that I do quite enjoy in the sense that it's kind of one of the only like kind of super duper comedies out there here. Fighting My Family's a comedy, but also has a bit of a drama, and this is pretty much just a straightforward comedy. I also think give shout out to Pantoliano. I think is really good. DDP is good. Like the actors that actually are given some acting things to do are decent as well. So 3 stars does have its faults, but I wouldn't be lying if I didn't say I saw it before and I'll see it again. Tato, thoughts on Ready to Rumble?
Yeah, Brian Robbins, he's my guy. Fucking love the shit out of him. This is a 69% movie, which makes it a 3.5 effectively. So that's where I'm at on it. I might be a little too kind because I don't disagree with any of your points, but yeah, I like it. It's fun.
Chris, thoughts on the wonderful Way to Rumble? If you're too mean, I will boot you.
I have not seen it, but I will.
Oh, then fair enough. Excuses. My final movie of the week here will be an Adam Pally vehicle called Most Likely to Murder here. This came out a few years ago in 2018. So he was a big high school, big shot here who returns home to find out, well, people have kind of moved on and grown here. In fact, the next door across the street neighbor who used to be the kid they all picked on, Vincent Kurt Dicer, who you might know from Mad Men or Angel or Masterminds with Patrick Stewart, if anyone's ever seen that. He was the kind of the kid that he used to make fun of, and now everyone kind of likes him and respects him because he's a good grown adult. Well, Adam Pally still just wants to, drink and get high and stuff. I like Pally a lot in this here. I actually saw some reviews. I thought he went maybe too over the top, but to me, that was probably the most fun this movie ever got to was Adam Pally. There's even moments where he's alone that I thought were actually kind of funny. He had a couple of good chuckles here. I don't know if they were ad libs or just that was, the script here. It can be a bit. The humor didn't always get him here. And sometimes it was dry. Sometimes the ending even kind of wraps up kind of too quickly for me. Although I don't hate the ending. Like the final shot, I like more than the overall ending as well. The motivations aren't always there. It has a bit of a rear window here too, as whether or not the guy across the street murdered his mom. That's actually kind of the main plot here with the murder plot. So yeah, it's kind of a mixed bag for me. Kind of one of the small indies that I like some of the things that were going on. I do like Adam Pally, so I think if you're a fan of his, maybe it's worth checking out, but it is smack down in the middle for me at 2.5 stars. If I had to go up or down, I'd probably lean more actually towards up. So probably closer to 3 than a 2 if you want to give it that credit here. But this is where I love hearing nobody's seen this. Tato.
No.
Chris.
I had to check out Just for Rachel Bloom, but I have not seen it.
Eric.
I could have told you Chris was going to say that. Rachel Bloom from
Yeah,
Ex-Girlfriend.
Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, because she sings. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen this, Eric?
No, of course.
I know. I just want to make sure. Tato, do you have anything else?
I do not.
All right, and just like the ending of a Lights Out trivia contest, we're kind of coming to a very quick ending here. And your winner. So that is Lights Out. Lights Out, goddammit. Long time, first time for this week here. They also never sent me my drink, and I'm trying to get all that money back, but that's just another subject for another day. Yeah, students, sometime next week, maybe Brian Michaels will be here. Maybe who else? Jonathan, I know, shows some interest, so we'll figure it out. But yeah, we'll be back at some point next week. Until then, plug sporting words from the one, the only, it's Tato Reno.
Hey, check us out over on Lights Out here in about 18, 15, 20-ish minutes, sometime like that. Chris Cass versus Aaron Canole finally going down.
Oh, holy shit.
Finishing off the Sweet 16
Aaron
there,
Canole.
and then we'll look at next week for some round 3 Great 8 matches. Thank you.
Chris, plug the parting words. The floor is yours.
Happy to be back on. Be back again soon in the future, and hopefully I don't have to talk about Nicholas Spock anymore.
Again, that's up to you. That is literally up to you, Chris. You make these decisions in your life.
I'm almost done with those shit. So getting through them.
Stop cursing.
Yeah,
so
and
much.
you just find me. You
God.
find me at Letterboxd and everything. We have my shot on Mando tomorrow. See that I love Booster tomorrow. With me with Mando. And then everywhere else, I'm happy to be here. Yeah, you find me on multiplayer shooting my map against Scott Harvey. You gave me Legend 8 Lover. So I had 2 back-to-back matches with that category. Yeah, but I'm happy to be here. Thank you, JPM.
Absolutely. Eric, plug sporting words.
Yeah, you can catch me at yesterday's episode of ASAT Filmography's questions were pretty fun. Chris was there. Happy birthday, Chris, by the way, again. Happy birthday, Tato. Happy birthday, JPO, and the rest. Damn it, Brandon, for leaving me here alone to talk about Nacho Libre. And you can find me anywhere else you can find these guys.
Heck yeah. Again, stay tuned for shenanigans on this channel here. In fact, we'll be getting the tag team tournament. I believe you will see all of these faces at some point in that tag team tournament. Not Pez. Haha, Pez. But you'll see all these faces because he won last year. But you'll see all these faces in that tournament, so stay tuned on that. We'll be drawing up those brackets the next couple of days, just trying to finalize the last couple of teams. And of course, Curtis Wrestling with the big trivia tournament, I believe on Friday between Cass and Scott Gata. That's going down. Those two know their stuff in wrestling. And Lowly Marks, we're discussing some stuff. Louis Kaiser might beat the shit out of a guy. I don't know. We're going to discuss it. Thanks for watching. We love you more than you'll ever know.